Hi there, my name's Ian Zatman from Security Online Academy, and in this video we're going to discuss Chrome settings for privacy and security. They're just the basic settings. I'm not going to go into great depth of how to totally stop tracking. That's for another video, but this one's your basic settings. So first of all, we'll go look at click on the little kebab in the top right hand corner here, go to settings. Now if you notice this little thing here, this is Lastpass. It's a password protector that I use. I have an account for Lastpass. You can use that account on all your browsers, on all your PCs. It'll save your passwords. It'll even generate super strong passwords for you. So that's a first recommendation, because the first thing we're going to do in Chrome is check the passwords. Chrome will offer to save your passwords for you. I would recommend not doing that. If someone gets hold of your computer, then they've got all your passwords. So just turn it off. At least with Lastpass, you have to log into Lastpass to keep it going. So that's the first thing I would do. So next we need to do is to go look at cookies and settings here. So if you ever want to clear your browsing data and clear your history, this is where you would do it. But generally, you would want to just block. You need third-party cookies. It's the way that websites work. They keep them, they need to use them, and if you remove them, if you block them all, then it's going to break your websites that you go visit. So if you just use block third-party cookies in incognito mode, incognito is the private mode, private browsing mode that Chrome offers. Every browser offers a private mode. It just cleans up behind you. Is all. It doesn't make you anonymous. It doesn't make you incognito at all, but it's they like to make you think it does. Wouldn't block third-party cookies. I personally like to clear my cookies and site data when I quit. It just cleans things up behind me, which is more secure, really. You're not leaving any tracks behind. Do not track. Every website you go to has trackers on, even if it's the Google Analytics or the Facebook tracker. They ignore this. And most websites do, but it's always worth having it on, the do not track. So that's good for your security. Say do not track. Site settings. This is more to do with permissions than anything. What permissions you want. Your location, your camera, your microphone. Always ask before accessing. These default values are good. Notifications are good to ask before sending, but if you want to try and get them not to send you any notifications, just click that off. So it's blocked. It should block them asking you to send notifications. It doesn't always work, but I always turn that off. As you notice here, Google always sends you notifications. They don't want to be turned off, and because it's their browser, they have every right to do so. Such is life. So, and you'll see that this doesn't necessarily work all the time, but there we go. Additional permissions. Let's see what else we need. They've got JavaScript allowed images, pop-ups and redirects. That's fine. Those are blocked. Additional settings. That's up to you to decide whether you want sound or not. Ads. Google seems to decide what's intrusive or misleading. I think they have their own interpretation of what's intrusive and misleading, and I don't think they're particularly impartial in what they give you. But there we go. PDF documents. This one's important. You need to allow your PDF documents to be actually downloaded. If you turn this off, they will just suddenly appear in your Chrome browser, but they won't have been checked by your antivirus software. And you do have antivirus software, I hope. I'm using McAfee, but it's up to you. There's many out there, depending on price and features that you want. So I always click on download the PDFs for your safety. Some PDFs can have malware in them, and all sorts of nasty stuff. What else have we got here? Insecure content is blocked by default. Fair enough. Let's go back again. So now we want to go look at the appearance. Is there anything on here? Our search engine. We definitely want the search engine to be not Google. Again, as I've said, Google tracks everything you search for. I tend to use DuckDuckGo. It's just my favorite. default search engine because they don't track you. But as you'll notice here on my favorites, I do have Google because it's a good search engine. Sometimes you do want it. I just know that it'll track me. What I also have though is startpage.com, which is an overlay that goes over Google, and it doesn't track you. So between .go and startpage.com, you've got some good search engines there that are private. This is not my default browser. I tend to use Brave. So what else do we need here? In advanced, basic spell check. I'm using English because I'm in the UK. Downloads. Always good to have a default download location. You can ask if you wish. I tend to have everything come into my downloads folder because then I know where anything is. I've downloaded it and I can go move it myself to the necessary folder. Is there anything else that I need? I do not want Chrome to be running in the background even when it's closed. I don't like that idea. And if you ever want to restore all this, you just click the button to reset. So I'm pretty much done here. So what I do want to do now is talk about the basic ads. Because of all the trackers that you have, you'll always get lots and lots of ads. That's what they're there for, to sell you things. So let's just go to an English website, dailymail.co.uk. It's a good website. That's where Piers Morgan, who you may well have heard of, lives. I think he's either an editor. Anyways, you see here it's come up with this notification, even though I clicked that thing. If you allow notifications, you're going to get all sorts of crap down here in your bottom right hand corner. Generally, I would just block. So just for my purposes, I'll block. But as you can see here, I've got all these different ads that are sort of intrusive. There's all these various videos that are going on in these ads. Now I want to get rid of these. So what I want to do is go to the Chrome Web Store and put in an ad blocker. Now there's two that I recommend. There's AdBlock Plus, which blocks a lot of ads, but not on every website. For example, we'll see when we look on the mail again after it'll say, hey, you've got an ad block running. Please turn it off or we won't let you into your site. Otherwise, you can use something called uBlock Origin, which I'm not going to go into in this video because it's much more secure and can actually break some websites. But for the most part, AdBlock Plus was fine. So let's just go and get it. So let's go and say, let's go to Google and use, oh yes, I agree. We'll go to the Chrome Web Store. Yeah, there's the Chrome Web Store. My spelling is wonderful. And we'll look for AdBlock Plus. And hit enter. And there it is. It's a free ad blocker. We'll add it to Chrome. Add the extension. I never want syncing going, so I don't deal with it. I do give them a bit of money every now and again because they are pretty good. But I'll just for the time being, I'll do that. So we've got our free ad blocker. And what I want to do is pin it so that it's, and you'll see why in a minute. I'll pin it. So we've added the ad blocker. So now if I go to, let's go to another website, another newspaper, telegraph.co.uk. We've got all these, I can subscribe. But we don't have any ads here anymore. We would have had before. If I go to the Daily Mail, you'll see that it's got rid of all the ads. But in a couple of seconds, something's going to pop to tell us, you've got an ad blocker. So if you do want to look at this particular site, there's many websites that do the same. You just simply go to your ad block, turn it off like this. You can even do it on the page. It doesn't really matter, but I'll just do it for this website. Refresh. And now you're allowed in. Thanks for disabling the ad blocker. There we go. And now you've got the ads back again. But that's the way it goes. And if you get sick of the ads, just turn it back on again and refresh. There we go. All of the ads have disappeared, but then it won't let you do too much. There you go. So Anyway, those are my recommendations for using AdBlock Plus. If you want to use a better AdBlock, then I would recommend uBlock Origin in the same way, but we'll discuss that in a separate video. So there we go. We've completed our basic Chrome security. So thanks very much for watching. If you like this video, you can subscribe to my channel. You can give me a thumbs up, and you can make a comment if you wish. Thanks very much indeed. Take it easy.